Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing my 21 to 25 week pregnancy update. So I am now dead on 25 weeks pregnant as I am filming this, and I feel like time is just disappearing. Like, I only have 5 weeks left until I'm 30 weeks pregnant, and then I'm 10 weeks away from being full term and meeting the baby. So yeah, I have absolutely no idea where the time is going. I feel like it was just yesterday we found out we was pregnant. But yeah, I'm now 25 weeks pregnant. And there's a couple of things to update you guys on. First of all, the reason that I haven't been filming weekly updates is because as I'm getting further along in my pregnancy, I feel like there isn't as much to update you guys on just weekly, and it'd get a bit same oldy. So obviously I'm not having scans regularly now. I don't think I have any more scans booked. I think I might have one more, but it's weeks away. And obviously the midwives are kind of far apart, so there's not much to really update you guys on weekly. So I'm going to start doing them every couple of weeks. So after this one, I'll probably update you guys on my 30-week update. But yeah, there's that. But morning sickness. So it's kind of not really changed since my last video, I guess. It's not as much in a routine now. So whereas before it was happening at certain times or after I'd eaten certain things, it's not really doing that now. So I can't have a routine of it or know when I'm gonna be sick or anything like that. It's literally just happening at random times. Some days I wake up and I will literally have no sickness at all day. Other days I'll wake up and I won't be able to get out of bed. My head will be bad, my sickness will be bad. And yeah, there have been some days where I just can't get out of bed. My acid has been, actually, funnily enough, so it stopped for like a week. So about a week ago it stopped for quite a while. And I thought it was because I tried to change my diet. So I eat a lot of salty foods and carbs and stuff like that. So I tried to cut those out to maybe see if it made a difference. They do say that when you're pregnant, eating stuff like that can make your acid worse. So I tried to cut that out and it did stop for a little while. But now I feel like it's just coming back again. Like, I had it really bad yesterday morning and afternoon. I was in bed all day because I just couldn't bring myself to get up or to move or anything like that. So I had it really bad yesterday, and then last night it wasn't great, but my sleeping's got better, so at least I'm not waking up with it in the middle of the night now. And today it was alright this morning, but it's kind of coming back now. So my antacid, yeah, that's still not great. Antacid? My acid reflux isn't great at the moment. There are ways that you can obviously go around it with tablets and stuff from your doctors, but I'm just not willing to do that, I guess. I don't know if I mentioned it in a video before, but I don't actually agree with putting medicine or tablets or anything like that in your body when you're pregnant. Obviously, if any of you guys are pregnant and you decide to do it, that's completely up to you, and if it works for you and you need it, then that's great, and I have nothing against it. But just with me, I don't particularly want to do it. That's just my opinion and the way I've decided to do things. My hair, completely jumping from one topic to another, my hair is actually growing really, really quickly. So how many weeks ago was it? Probably about 3 or 4 weeks ago, I'd say. I got my hair cut to like here, and it's already grown that much. So my hair is growing really, really quickly. which I personally feel like I'm very blessed with, because I know a lot of pregnant people actually have problems with like hair loss and stuff like that. But so far my hair is actually growing really well. I have been told it's to do with the vitamins that I take whilst I'm pregnant. So obviously I take the Pregnacare, I choose to take the 7Cs ones. There are other ones out there, I can't remember the brand. So the 7Cs ones is the purple box. I don't take the green box one. I took it every single day until I was 3 months pregnant, and then I stopped for a while because I couldn't get my hands on any, and now I just take it. I try and take it every morning, but sometimes I forget. Something really interesting actually, I found out through my midwife, that I always assumed you took your prenatals and your pregnant care and stuff like that for the baby, so that they got all the nutrients and the vitamins and the iron that they needed. But it's actually not the case. So I found out that where the baby's taking all of your nutrients and your vitamins and all your energy and stuff like that for them, through the placenta and through the amniotic fluid and everything like that, that you actually take your Pregnacare to supplement the vitamins that you're missing out on. So obviously they help with your cuticle growth and your nail growth and your hair growth and your skin and your energy and stuff like that. So I found that really interesting. And I do find that actually when I do get sick and I do feel really bad, that taking my Pregnacare does help. So sometimes I don't take it in the morning. I'll sometimes wait and see if I get a bit sick, and then I'll have one of those to sort of balance everything out and make me feel a little bit better. Hospital wise and appointment wise, I haven't had any scans or midwife since the last time I spoke to you guys. My next midwife is tomorrow actually, as I'm filming this. So my next midwife is what's the date today? 7th, 8th. My midwife is the 8th of July. So that's tomorrow at 9 o'clock in the morning. I might take you guys with me as a little update. I might not. I don't know. I haven't made up my mind yet. But yeah, I haven't had any scans or appointments. Well, I haven't had any scans or midwives. I have had an appointment. But I have, however, been into hospital since I last updated you guys. So, little story time. In about week, end of 23, start of 24, I'd say. Probably more into 23. So, I woke up on the Wednesday. Is it the Wednesday? Sorry, I've really got my days mixed up. I woke up on the Wednesday and I really didn't feel very well. So I woke up in the morning, Ted woke up for work, and I kind of mentioned to him like, oh, I don't really feel very well. And at this point we were babysitting, pet sitting or rabbit sitting, as you were, my mum's rabbit, and he's got a bad eye at the moment, so we had to give him medicine and stuff in the morning and at night. So I woke up with Ted when he got up for work and went downstairs so that he could hold the rabbit whilst I gave him his medicine. And as we were downstairs, I said to Ted, I went, I don't really feel very well. Like, I feel really faint. I feel really, like, weird, and something didn't feel right, and I hadn't felt the baby moving much. So he sat with me for a little bit, and I got a bit emotional because of hormones and stuff. But I said to him, you know, you go to work, you go to work. And he said, no, I'm going to stay for a second just to make sure you're all right. And long story short, I ended up passing out, and then I was sick. When I came to after passing out, I was sick straight away. So I didn't go to the hospital that day. I kind of put it down to stress and the fact that I hadn't been eating very well because I felt so ill. So I put it down to that, and I just had a day in bed and rested up and tried to make myself feel better. And by the next morning, I was feeling better. So he went off to work. I got up as normal. I actually was due to go out that day, so I got up and started getting ready. I still hadn't felt the baby move, so I wasn't feeling particularly great, but they do say that you're only meant to start monitoring the baby's movements from 28 weeks. And obviously I was only 23, very nearly 24 weeks at that point. So I sort of tried to not think anything of it, but obviously motherly instincts were kicking in and I was getting a bit worried, and then I started getting this pain in my side again. It was so bad that I couldn't get up, I couldn't walk, I didn't feel good. I called my midwife and I don't think she answered. No, she didn't answer the first time. So I called her again and she said, I don't know if this is pregnancy related or whether this is something deeper inside you, as in like your organs or your kidneys or something like that, because she said it sounded like kidney pain. So she said, regarding the baby's movements, I would try not to worry too much yet, but call 111 and see what they say, and then go off what they say. If you still feel like you need to go to hospital, then go in and get checked out by all means, but see what they say first. So I called up 111. For those of you that don't know, it's basically paramedic advice. So it's like calling 999, but it's for things that aren't as important. So you don't need an ambulance, you're not dying, you don't need urgent care, but you need some help or some advice or anything like that, then you call them. So the lady answered the phone, and within a couple of seconds of me explaining what was going on, she said, let me pass you on to someone that's higher than me. I said, okay, that's fine. She passed me on to them, and again, within a couple of minutes talking to them, they said, I'm going to pass you over to the head midwife in our team because this isn't normal body related, this is pregnancy related. So they handed me over to a midwife in the 111 team, and she basically said, you need to get to hospital within the next hour, or because obviously Ted was at work and they do ask if you have any way of travel. She said, I don't want you going to getting on a bus or anything like that. She said, so if someone can't take you within the next hour to hospital, I think it was an hour and a half actually, I'm not sure, then we'll call for an ambulance for you. So I said, okay, I'll call him, I'll let you know. So I called Ted and he came straight home and he took me to the hospital. Everything was fine with the baby. He did the heartbeat and everything like that, and the baby was fine. I've pretty much been told that it was either the baby stretching and pushing on something he probably shouldn't be, but obviously it's nothing too bad to warrant any concern, or it was really painful Braxton Hicks, which, for anybody that doesn't know, is basically false labour, I guess. It's basically your belly contracting and stuff, but you're not actually having contractions and going into labour. So yeah, I've had that pain quite a lot now. I'm going to put it down to Braxton Hicks only because they come in waves like labour pains do. They come every couple of minutes and they last for a little while, then they subside, and then they come back, and yeah, they are quite painful. It's not very fun, but walking around and breathing deeply does get them to go away for the majority of the time. So yeah, that was why I had gone into hospital. It wasn't an appointment or anything like that. It was just because I felt like I needed to be checked up on. So appointment wise, I had an appointment on the 3rd. Yeah, it was the 3rd of July. And that was basically, I've had trouble with my moods this pregnancy. So I've been having trouble where I already had anxiety, and I have suffered with depression in the past. I actually had quite a lot of trouble in monitoring my moods and feeling quite low. So I currently was in therapy for things that I had to work through in myself, and when I obviously became pregnant, they asked if I wanted to be put through to King George's, which basically specialises in antenatal care for people with anxiety and depression and stuff like that, and you get put on medication. I wasn't happy to be put on medication, so I turned the offer down at that point. But I since got referred to somebody else in King George's Hospital who basically has put me through for a consultation. So my consultation was on, I can't remember what day the 3rd was, but it was on the 3rd, and I basically went in and she took my blood pressure and she listened to the baby and she talked me through everything that had been going on with me, and she set me up for fortnightly appointments because they're only open every other week, to basically keep a check on the baby because of my stress levels, and to have somebody talk to me and to basically put me at ease a little bit more, make me feel a little bit better about myself, and talk me through any worries. Other than that, I've obviously started thinking about my birth plan and what I'd like to do and stuff like that. So quite a lot of people have been asking me where I want to give birth. So I've opted to give birth in a normal hospital room. I don't really particularly want a water birth, and I definitely don't, if it can be avoided, want to give birth at home. I also have been asked quite a lot whether I'm going to go for the epidural. So as far as I'm concerned, I really don't want to use an epidural. I would like to go through the whole thing either just on gas and air or on nothing at all. And that's not even so I can turn around and be like, oh, I did labour naturally or anything like that. I just think women were originally not here to reproduce or anything like that, but our bodies were made to carry a baby and to deliver a baby. And back in the olden times and cave times and caveman times and stuff like that, they wouldn't have had gas and air and epidurals and stuff like that. And I just think if I can do it naturally, then I would want to do it naturally, and that's just how I feel. That's what I'd really like to do. Leading up to the birth, we have been sorting out the nursery, which is almost done now. I'm going to do a nursery tour when it is completely done, but we have the cot set up, as I'm sure I mentioned a couple of weeks ago now. We've decided on a pram that we want. We've just got to order it. We've got the changing table, which is going in the baby's room as well. I know a lot of people have a lot of stigma around getting a changing table and saying that it's not needed and it's a waste of money and stuff like that, but I'm getting a changing table with drawers in it, so I can put baby clothes in it, I can put nappies in it, wipes, literally anything is extra storage, and then it has the changing part on top, and I'm gonna put it behind the cot and it matches it. And I just think I always wanted a changing table when I had a baby. It was something that I had my heart set on and I really liked the idea of, and I just thought if it has the storage in it as well, then it's not just taking up pointless room. So yeah, the nursery is nearly finished. I want to get some wall stickers, like some stars or something like that to put up. We have the baby's first teddy, the bath, all stuff like that. So all of that is now sorted. Another thing some people have been asking me is breastfeeding or bottle feeding. So I would like to try breastfeeding when the baby is first born, even if I only do it for a couple of months. But I do at some point want to do breast and bottle, so that obviously Ted can feed the baby and I can feed the baby, and it makes it easier if I have to go out and I haven't got time to pump, or if pumping doesn't agree with me, then he still has a way to be able to feed the baby when I'm not there. So yeah, I'd like to breastfeed mainly at the start, but then maybe combination feed, and then switch over to bottles eventually. And I will be using dummies. I know a lot of people have said to me, don't do that, it's not good for them, but I think where dummies are so widely used now, there are so many different orthodontic approved ones that don't ruin your baby's gums and your baby's mouth and the way that they form and stuff like that. I just think they're so widely used now that that's not a problem anymore. Boobs area and my nipples are so painful now. So I have started leaking. When I first started leaking, I was a little bit like, why does everybody moan about this? In my own head, I was like, why does everybody moan about this? This isn't painful, this doesn't hurt, it's completely fine. Then I woke up one morning and they'd leaked overnight, and I thought, oh, that's quite painful. It's not painful, it just aches and they're hard, and it's not a very comfortable experience. It's quite uncomfortable to work with sometimes, and sometimes you just don't want to be in a bra. And you know what? That's all there is to it. Sometimes you just need to be as comfortable as you can possibly make yourself, and that is sometimes the best way to handle things, in my opinion. But other than all of that, I have now got a lot of stretch marks on my belly. I'm not going to show you a bare belly shot today, only because I have a play suit on, which would make things quite difficult. But I will show you my belly now because it has got considerably larger. Oh, I have this really cute play suit on today, by the way. I bought it from Primark. I'm going to kneel up on the bed. So that is my belly shot now at 25 weeks. Baby has got so big, and honestly, it feels half the time like he's growing overnight. Like, I go to sleep one night, I wake up in the morning, and he's 10 times bigger than he was when I went to bed. But yeah, so mood-wise, everything else related in pregnancy, that is pretty much all I have to update you guys on. Mood-wise, it has been up and down, as I stated earlier. So you're probably wondering why I haven't mentioned Ted in the last week or two in the update. This is because he has gone on holiday for 2 weeks. So he actually left last Friday and it is now Sunday. So he's been gone just over a week. He comes back the Friday coming, so he comes back in 5 days' time. He's gone to Spain with his dad. It was booked before I was pregnant, so that is why I am still here. And also I'm actually not allowed to fly because of certain things that obviously I've explained to you guys that have gone on in my pregnancy, that to get a doctor's note to fly it would have actually been really difficult. So yeah, he comes back on Friday. It's been really difficult and I do miss him, but he'll come back. And when he comes back, I really want to film a video with him for you guys. So yeah, hopefully this video will be up tonight as I'm filming this. And there are also a couple more videos I want to film. But as far as this update goes, I think I am all caught up with you guys. I will let you know how my midwife appointment goes tomorrow. But that has been my 25-week pregnancy update, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.